Are we live, Lori?
We're live. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Lots of information to show you today. I thought we would start with our winner that's online. That is
Sharon Holder.
Sharon Holder is our weekly winner, where she either signed up on Facebook, did our newsletter, or shared us and liked us. And I want to give a shout out to Teresa Ponder's quilt that I put on our Facebook, the Sewing Gallery. It was 867 likes the last time I checked. It's her heart quilt that she had done. So a shout out to you, Miss Ponder, this morning. And we told you guys last week, if you ordered online, that we would give you 6 fat quarter roses. We have a winner. It is Jill Blizzard. As a matter of fact, she helped me do these last night, but she had ordered 2 orders online. So another shout out to our friend, teacher, you know, the one that calls me Susie. You know, Susie.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you also. So thanks for helping me do your gift, Jill, last night. We wanted to talk to you a little bit next about machines. This brings me to talk to you about service, because Scott worked on a machine. It wasn't Baby Lock, but it was the sister company, which is Baby Lock. A woman brought a machine in about this size. I'm using this, the 1700Q, because we just got these back in. Yay for us. I've been excited because we're getting all of our machines in as of now. The PS500, the PS1350. I think it's the PS. It's the 1350. So I've been real excited. And I am so excited. Before I go into what I want to talk about, a shout out to Tammy Todd getting her an embroidery machine. I have wore her out. She's our weekly customer that comes down, and her and Betsy teams up against me and tries to tell me what to do, but I end up bossing them around because she went home and she's been embroidering, and she left me her box. And we went out to eat last night, and I thought maybe somebody will steal the box off of the back of the truck thinking they're getting a machine, but nobody did. So what I want to talk to you so much about, the value of your machine equals servicing, because we took in the machine. She said she had broken needle, and then it wouldn't do any stitches. Well, you folks out there that uses your spray air, a lot of times it blows it back up into the system. Woman never had the machine serviced. It looked to be, I think it's about 4 years old. She had so much lint in this wheel that goes down and cranks back this way, that she had so much lint in it that it clogged her machine totally up and basically shut it down. Now, I know there's folks out there that says, I don't use my machine that much. Well, you should still have your machine serviced once a year, whether you use it or not, because due to the climate change, the oils will evaporate and your greases will harden. And when you use that canned air, a lot of times you'll blow like this or blow like this. You're blowing that material back up into your computer part, which is down underneath and comes around and comes up. And through this, it was so jammed up with lint that I took a picture of it to make sure I showed her. And then Scott had put it all over the floor. There was so much of it. But I want to drive home to you today about service is the life of your machine. Yes, it runs anywhere from $79.95 to, depending on the high 6 needle, 12 needle, $250. you service a car every 30,000 miles, 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Cost you $60 if you go to a dealer. I go to a dealer because I want all my oils and my windshield fluid and stuff checked and changed. So, yeah, it costs money, but if you're spending, say, $2,000 for a machine, or if you bought it at Brand X, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and you paid $300, you're still going to pay $79.95. It's kind of like cutting kids' hair versus adults. You still go through the same procedure, and usually it's more challenging. And with the smaller machines, our standard rate is $79.95, and if we can't fix it, we still charge you $45 just because we've had to break the machine down and look at it. And the challenge right now also is getting parts in. We've had a part on order for a 770 machine, and it will not get here until March. We just placed another order for a part for this machine, and they told us 8 to 12 weeks out for the parts. So we just wanted you to know maintenance on these machines is as important as the money that you put out in them, because if you don't put it out each year, you're going to get a high repair bill. And when you come, you should always bring your embroidery arm. If you've got a combo, your embroidery arm needs to come with it when you bring it. And the other thing that we go through spells where people are breaking needle threaders. Jill's broke one, Betsy's broke four. What happens? It has a fine, delicate hook inside of it. If you're not careful, if you have a bent needle, that will mess up your needle threader. If you tap it and hit it, or if you use a twin needle and you try to thread it, you will destroy your needle threader. Maintenance on your machine is important. We try to have your machine back to you in 3 to 5 days. Now, we don't do any service same day. We used to do that some, but we just don't anymore because it doesn't work for us. And we wanted to share it with you that machine servicing, when I seen that machine and she hadn't had it serviced, there was so much lint in the bend of the machine in the upper part that she has to have it replaced, because even when Scott, the service tech, unfroze it from all that lint, it was like it was warped because she had continued on using it. So we wanted to share it with you. I've got exciting news, and Lori has to come close. We have a quilting applique class coming up that Jill and I put together yesterday. You can choose, in collections is the way that we recommend that you choose your fabrics for this. And of course, you have to buy your fabric from the store. That's just what we do. That's always been our policy. It is March the 12th and March the 19th. It starts at 11. It ends at 5. We feel and know that you can get this together. You'll have to buy that cheap stuff that Lori and Farmer and Christy Puckett and all them likes, that SP 101 or SF 101. So that will go on the back of the bunnies. So you're going to learn to do applique. We're going to give you some pointers. Jill has a cheap method with the applique. We hope that you will sign up. The class will cost you $50 plus the cost of your fabrics and your pattern. And this ends up being a 50 by 53. How do you make it bigger? You add borders, different ways to make borders if you want to make it bigger. But we're doing this before Easter. Easter is in April. So we wanted to share it with you for those that says, do you have any quilting classes, or you have any classes? A lot of times people don't want to do embroidery with us because they don't have one. But we are doing this class. You bring your machine and all your supplies that you use, pins, everything. We wanted to share it with you today. So Lori will get this class online where you can sign up online But you will need to come in at least a day before and pick out your fabric. We hope you don't wait until the last minute, but you get yourself signed up. Lori will be putting it in today. And of course, our great web designer, Mary, will help us get it promoted. But we wanted to share it with you today, which is wonderful. Are y'all not excited? We are having a quilting class. We haven't set any up. I don't set classes way far ahead of time because with our lives, everything changes. Our embroidery class, this comes right afterwards, so you might, if you like us well enough, you'll be here the 12th, the 19th, and the 24th and 25th, which this is a 2-day, the 25th and 26th. You can do it virtual. It runs you $169.95, or you can do it in the store, runs you $199.95. You can sign up online for this. Oh, in our quilting class, the 2 Saturdays, we're going to feed you those 2 days. Also, it's just something about we have to feed you if you come out and spend all day with us, because you guys can't live on chips and pop and chocolate from the front. But this is going to be a great embroidery class. It's very pretty. Jill told me that we was going to have this thing dirty for the class come because so many people has just hee-hawed about it. And it is very pretty. So please, don't wait until that last week and sign up for this, because our cuts come from Utah. We have to have a 3-week notice for these kits, because everything is in this to do it, and even the pillow form, which is an 18 by 18. We wanted to share it with you this morning. The next thing we want to share with you is we're going to share my pal. Joanne Freda King talks me into doing the craziest stuff for her. And Betsy done this. A shout out to Betsy. This is for a little baby. We did it because there's a boy coming. I think it's Joanne's great grandson coming. These are darling. Now we have it in the little lamb, and then we have it in the penguin. But you use batting in it. You use some Wonder Under for the eyes here. So we wanted to share it with you. And the little peak and the little hair. You know I had to cut that just a little, make sure it was perfect. But it's just so darling to lay your baby down on. And these little paws. This pattern in this bag does no justice for this cute thing. So I asked Joanne if I could keep it until we did our presentation, our live. So a shout out. Somebody's always making me move forward. And Joanne did that to me. So she's picking it up. I think these things are a great hit for baby showers. And you say, how hard is it to do? It's not, but it takes about 8 hours to do. By the time you get it cut out, you have to use a 90-14 stretch needle. You have to use your walking foot. And Betsy did the whole thing all by herself. So
Yay, Betsy.
This is, we've got some of these kits. This is one of our weekly deals. Our penguin, our sheep. We've added, we're doing 4 products because I wanted to give you options for both of these little lay pads for your babies. I wanted to do Wrap and Zap. Wrap and Zap is a nice product that you use for potato wraps, or you use for the bowls. You know, now's the time that you start making your Christmas presents early. I know it's February, but do a few. I mean, if you're going to do a lot, but it's 25% off for the weekly deal. For those ones that are doing our Kimberbell pillow, you're going to have both sets of rulers. You will use both sets of rulers at the same time when you do this. So for those that already has the rulers, yay for you guys. But those who don't, I've promoted the triangle rulers last week, and I'm promoting the square rulers this week in Kimberville because they're pretty expensive. This one is $55.95 regularly. So even if you're not taking the class and you do a lot of embroidery, this is a tool to have to square up your blocks. These come out. They're a wonderful tool to have in your treasure room. So we wanted to share it with you today. Now we want to share with you lots of other things. Oh, our table toppers. We're doing it. This is April's, and we want to show you. We got it all the way done. Yay for Betsy, Sue, and Jill. And Jill helped me quilt it. But this is what it looks like completely done. You might want to come close. You can look at our embroidery on this. Our quilting. And that's the binding. And on the back, we just used a simple white with a flower design. These run $49.99. So this could be a baby quilt. This could be a table topper. Or this could even be a wall hanging that you put up, that you hang. So, we're doing this all 12 months. But we're starting this. This was our first one. This will be our second one. We just got it in. We want to show it to you too. We're going to lay this right here. This is our second one. This is our May one. And it's got lots of color. And guess what it has on it? Applique. We haven't got this one quilted yet because Betsy wasn't sewing fast enough. So we've got some really nice applique on this. Hopefully by next week we'll have it done. So these are both in the store, available for you now. So this is a real happy color one. Your binding comes with these also. So we wanted to share those with you this morning as a reminder. And we wanted to give you a rundown. You can still join our group, the quilting.
The Queen Bees.
The Queen Bees. That's Lori's name for them. She came up with the name. These run $10 for the design. We will have some kits, embellishment kits or kits to do it. And this is our February one. And if you decide not to buy our kits, which we keep them at $7.99, so we're as fair as we can be. If you decide not to do our kits, you can buy these little loops by themselves. I think they run $9.95. But we wanted to share it with you. February, if you don't want to do every month, you don't have to. But this is our February. You learn to do trapunto, but you have to buy your bag in order to come up with this. This bag is this bag done up. And if you're in our quilting group, you will have gotten this for January. And if you decide to join the year, you will also get these designs, but it's not at the reduced rate that we did the special. And you get this design. We do not do kits with these. I wear Lori out on Thursday, so I can't put nothing else on her plate. So we wanted to share it with you. We've got a really nice pillow I hope to get done by next week. It is St. Patrick's Day, and it's really cute. We'll have kits for that. I've been waiting for Lori to get here so that she and I can do them together. We wanted to talk to you. We've got a new collection this week. If Lori wants to come over this way a little bit. These bolts are pretty heavy. This is called the Frankie line. Of course, somebody had to have a piece before we got them in. It's modern. It's beautiful. And guess what they have put in it? They've put some grunge colors in it. A new red-orange. They put a new green. They put a new white in it. But we just wanted to show you, to give you a taste of this new happy collection. You know, February is here. This would be a great collection to do your bunny quilt in. You want to stay in the same family when you're doing the bunny quilt with us. You know, when you take a class with us, we're not like a guild. We want you to learn how to pick up fabric. We want you to learn to do applique. When you come to class, we try to give you the one-on-one to better serve them, because that's important. Education, just throwing a quilt together, is not what it's all about. You will learn to do your applique, change your stitch length and width in order to do the applique. But it's really cool because you're learning more features about your machine. Well, you might say, I don't have a brother. Well, that's okay as long as you have the blanket and the applique stitches. We wanted to share it with you. We're having 48 months no interest through Synchrony. You can apply on our website. It's at the bottom page. A shout out to Mary. Thank you for helping me get that on there. It took us 8 months during the, that spell of we couldn't get out. So you can apply online, come in the store. I'll just ask your name, address, social security number, and bam, your transaction can go. You say, I want the 1900 machine plus tax. We can do 18 months financing if you don't want to pay for the whole thing. So we wanted to share that with you. Now, before we close, we'll be having, check our online store out. We're constantly doing promotions, online deals. So in our next holiday is President's Day. So we're excited to see what's in store for you on President's Day online. I want to share with you an experience I had, because I want you to come to our lives. We want to feed you education. We want to talk about our experiences with you. We want to share as much as we can so that you continue to come back and watch us live. Ringy, ringy, I get a phone call. No, it started out with an email. It was an email. This is an apron that we've done in our store. It's a brother one that we used for one of our events, because I think that as a company, you should have name tags. You should have your name on you. And Lori's got hers designed on her with her little apron. But the customer called and wanted us to do 10 aprons like this. And I told her that I emailed her back and she asked me the cost. That's always the first thing, and I understand that. So she said she thought $17 was too much. Well, if you do things right, you're going to have the sticky back, which sticks to the frame. This runs $39. This is a small pack. You're going to have the cutaway medium right here, which Lori got me the tear away. I don't want to tear it away. I want to cut it away. It's okay, Lori. So you're going to have these two stabilizers on this, and then you should use a topper. Now, why would I use all three of these products on an apron that I'm embroidering? And then I'm going to have a thread. I would say it would be white, green, or black. Okay. The thread, $5.99 per spool. This runs $14.99. $39.99. And this will run something like 20 bucks, the cutaway. Because you're going to leave the cutaway in here. The wash away is going to wash away. You're going to use a topper so that your threads stay on top. We charge $17 per embroidery name, such as this, because of the cost. And it's going to take us 15 to 20 minutes to set it up. We've got to put the name in. We have to do our frame, get this lined up on our frame. Think about, we're doing 10. It doesn't matter if we do 10 or 20. And I'll tell you something, whether you get a trim or a cut, if you're going to a good hairdresser, they go through the same procedures to end up with the same results. So it should cost the same. This costs the same if we do 30. Now, some people might feel different. Some people might just throw a backing on the back of it and bam, bam, bam. Well, people are paying for it. We want them to have the best if it's coming from our store. She emailed me back and she said that she found somebody to do them for $5. And the whole gist of this story, this was Starbucks. Well, to those that love Starbucks, more power to you. I love McDonald's coffee, and I can get me a cup of coffee for $1.59 versus the cost of a $5 cup of Starbucks. You know, I just wanted to call that out. You know, we put more into our embroidery than just slapping a stabilizer on the back. Whether we do 10, 100. You should still use this topper.
Yes.
If you're charging somebody. Now, think about the cost of the person with my labor. Think about the cost with the person that, with the stabilizers that we're using. I can't do them for $5. I'm not going to, because I would go in the hole. And for those of you that's doing embroidery for $5, you just cheapen our trade every day. Maybe you're buying cheap stabilizer, but I don't buy off-brand stabilizer. I buy the best because it has their name on it. So, and I'll tell you, a lot of times I'll flip things over to see what stabilizer is on the back. I push for quality. Even if we've got lots to do, but I just wanted to say that. I did a comparison to McDonald's to Starbucks. I'm a McDonald's coffee drinker. I know the drinks are great at Starbucks, but I am just a McDonald's drinker. And, you know, but I didn't respond because Betsy said not to say anything, that I could get a cup of coffee for $1.59, the senior coffee. So I just wanted to share it with you today that I'm all about saving money, but I like a good drink, and it's McDonald's coffee. And we charge $17 to do this, and if you want to do it, and you can do it out of your home, and you're not paying taxes. And I forgot to mention the taxes that we pay as far as the service to the city of Princeton, the state of West Virginia. So if you're looking at my prices and you're going, she charges too much, you really don't understand about business. So I just wanted to share it with you. Small business. I'm not here to do it just for you. I'm here to make a living and create a profit so that I can buy more new stuff to bring to you guys. But I just wanted to share it with you today because it kind of hurt my feelings. So, yay for y'all. Thanks for watching this morning. Shout out to Joanne, Doreen, and Kathy helped me last Friday because Betsy had a sick grandmother and she passed away. And I thank you, Kathy, so much for coming out. You were fun. Yay. End of a boat. And there's Debbie and Betsy. She better be watching today. And Jill and Scott, our service tech. He always has to answer the phone for us because it usually rings. It's only did it one time. And of course, our big supporter over there in Whitesville, Sheila, our Patties. And that Tammy Todd better be on her machine. And Marcy, of course, Christy, Travis, and Teresa Ponder with that quilt that got so many views. Melanie, Karen, Kellyanne, I've got your embellishment kits. I've got Nancy. Oh, and my friend Carol that's putting a new puzzle together for me so I can have it matted and framed. Carol Kennedy and I go back to the hair studio days over 30 years, and she's wonderful. But I sent her a puzzle home with her son Dwayne to get me fixed up, and she said she'd get it done. She did the other one in the store. But a shout out to all those who get up every morning on Thursday and do live with us. Thank you so very much. And don't forget, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we're having our virtual dime class. It's free. You're going to learn to do patches. There's going to be great deals on the dime time. Now, if you can't watch it, but I really hope that you'll just take the time out, cut on your computer, and start watching and give your input back as questions. It's real important so that Dime knows that West Virginia is on the map and we make the difference in the world, especially in embroidery. So if you haven't signed up, please sign up. And I'm talking and not breathing, so yay! See you next week. Lori and